Good morning, everybody. Buenos dias, good morning, bonjour. Welcome to the first squad on the Friday. It's Friday morning here in Sweden, Helsingborg. We are at Olympia Bowling Alley, and we are back with the action. It's the Storm Lucky Larsen Masters 2025, and we have a lot of good bowlers on the lanes again, and some high scoring compared to some other squads. Actually, we have a couple of Finnish girls showing up quite strong in this morning. We have Peppi Konsteri from Finland, 278 on game number one. On the fifth position, we have Elisa Hiltunen, also from Finland, 229. And there's a lot of bowlers fighting on the lanes now. Pretty good talent bowlers over there. I'm going to give you a short update on the scores after game number one. So we have Pepi on the first place with 278. Andrei Prekop, Czech Republic kid, 257. Juho Buppola from Finland, 246. Roni Leskinen from Finland, 241. As I said, Elisa Hiltunen, also from Finland, 229. So we have a lot of Finnish bowlers on this particular squad. Then we have Dan Harding with 222. Another Finnish guy, Juhani Tonteri, 222. Then we have a German guy, Frank, 219. Carl Wargren, the local hero, winner of the last PBA regional in Stockholm. So he's already with a bye to go into the final, but he wants to give his best to try to get directly into step two and not only into step one. So Carl Walgreen, 211. Then we find Emmanuel Johnson sitting on the 10th place with a game of 209. Another Finnish bowler on 11th place, Thomas Kaiko with 208. Those of you who follow PBA, you probably know Thomas well. He's been bowling there quite a few events and becoming quite successful. On place number 12, we find first Italian in the morning, Tommaso Raddi with 206. Then we find Adam Andersson with 201. Another Finnish bowler, Karo Hilokowski with 201. And the last person bowling par is also from Finland, Karon Saloma with 200. Other interesting bowlers you can find on the lanes today. We have Arnar Jonsson, we have Lucas Jelinek, we have Ryan Barnes, we have Dominic Barrett. So we have a lot of talented bowlers playing already. We have a lot of nice people to look after and watch them bowl. I'm going to give you a piece of the action. We have on lanes 1, 2, 3, and 4. We can find Dominic Barrett. We can have Elisa Hiltunen. She had quite a high first game. We find Thomas Kaiko and Juho Vuoppola. Both Juho and Thomas are starting with quite a few strikes on this game number 2. And if we move to lane 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me see. We have 7, 8, and Nora Johansson, the local Swedish superstar, two-handed. She can really bowl. She hasn't really found exactly what's going to work good for her. She's been fighting through many different squads, but she's so talented that at some point she's going to find some answers and she may start striking a lot. If we move to 9, 10, 11, 12, we can find Arnar Jonsson and Peppi Konsteri, current leader of the squad, daughter of Sami Konsteri, Team Finland bowler and Team Finland coach. She can really bowl. Then if we go to 11 and 12, we find Lucas Jelinek. We have the Greece guy bowling with him also, Sophocles. Then we have a three-bagger by Frank on lane 12. Now, moving to 13 and 14, we can find the Italian star, Antonio Fiorentino, bowling at the same pair at the moment as Ryan Barnes, one of those guys you really want to see on the lanes. Super talented, son of Chris Barnes. Moving to 15 and 16, we find Dan Harding, He's been doing okay in the beginning. He shot 22 over in the first one. Started with an open frame, and now he's sparing a double. Lane 17 and 18. We have Jarno Latti. We have Nico Osksanen and Paul Purps at the moment with a spare and a triple. And finally, if we go all the way to lane 19 and 20, we can see Paul Connell over there and Ondrej Prekop, the Czech Republic guy who started with a 257. Now he's got a spare and a triple. So, good morning, everybody. Grab some coffee, make yourself a sandwich, get some energy, get ready to see a lot of bowling. It's going to be a long day here at Olympia Bowling Alley. We're gonna take short breaks from time to time because last night when I got to bed, I nearly fell from it. I was pretty exhausted. It was a lot of things going on. It was a very long day, a lot of commentating. I was very happy with all the guests we have been having sitting down here, and we're gonna try to bring some more guests later on as soon as a little bit later on the day and the PBA guys have woken up and made it to the bowling alley. I'm going to try to kidnap some of them, get them here to talk for a little while, and let you see and let you know how they are facing this event, what are their thoughts about the lane conditioning, what the cat's going to be, etc., etc. Um, Another thing, if you're watching, just make sure to subscribe into our YouTube channel. It's 100% free, and we're gonna keep on putting a lot of bowling during the season, not only this event until it's completely done, till the very last frame, but also we will provide you with PBA regionals in Sweden. We will provide you with Swedish National League. Just a quick reminder, a lot of PBA bowlers come from time to time to bowl on that Swedish National League. It's a big event over here. It's a really electrifying atmosphere. It's a lot of talented bowlers, and when I mean a lot, I mean a lot of talented bowlers. So, as I was saying, just subscribe, keep watching. Feel free to talk to us, make some questions if you have any doubts, if you want to find out more about the event. Um, that's why we are here for. That's what we are here for. So back to the lanes. Ondrej Prekop, lane 20, 9 spare triple, 9 spare strike. Is it gonna be the squad where Ondrej finds his way into the final? He has been struggling around. He has been doing a lot of high games, but also has been doing a little bit of lower ones. But who has not been in this kind of issues on this event? Quite a demanding pattern. You can find the oil pattern on the luckylarsen.se. You can find the oil pattern. You can have the results. You can see the bowlers that are yet to bowl in the next following squads. And current tournament leader, Ethan Fury, 193 over. Let me tell you guys, Ethan has been bowling on a league of his own. He actually has not only the lead of the tournament, but the second highest score in the week. It was also done by Ethan Fury. And yesterday he bowled the third squad. He took a complete different approach. Instead of bowling deep inside, he grabbed his urethane bowl and he was bowling quite far outside for what this pattern allows you. He was bowling straight on the 10th board, and he was killing it. After 5 games, he was 150 over. He just shot 150 on the last one, testing a little bit of different things. But definitely this guy can do something that not many else can do. He's super accurate, and he manages to do very different type of shots. He can bowl firm, he can grip it, he can loft it, he can become smooth and just let the ball slide. So quite a character, quite an amazing bowler. Okay, but going back to action, lane 1 and 2, we have Dominic Barrett. Still has not really found a way to attack those lanes and feel comfortable. But on that pair also we have the Italian guy, Tommaso Ratti, is doing pretty good on this game. Spare, double spare, 4 in a row. Going to try to get his 5th strike. Let's see what Tommaso manages to do. Yeah, he's got it, so 5 bagger for Tommaso all the way to the 9th frame, entering 10th frame with chances of a 269 game. Right on his right side, lane 3 and 4, we're gonna have a shot from Thomas Kaiko. He's got a triple 9 spare and a double. Thomas is bowling a little bit further outside than he did on the squad last night. He was currently shooting balls somewhere around 15, 16 in the arrows, but it seemed to work pretty well. He's got that second triple, so it's 3 in a row, 9 spare, 3 in a row. Working on a potential 279 game. His Finnish partner bowling with him also on lane 3 and 4, Juho Pola. Started with from 5, 7 spare and strike, so we can see some people doing quite okay. Back to lane 20, Andre Prekop made another strike, so it's a triple spare and a double. Let me see who else is having quite high scores at the moment. Definitely Andre, it's with 376 with half a game to go, so it's going to be above par for sure. Then we can find on lane 11 and 12, we have Frank, let me say Frank Wiemken. It's a German name, so it's not easy for me to pronounce. Frank Wiemken shot 219 on the first game. Now he's got a 4 bagger, spare and strike, so he's also looking pretty good. People moving in pretty fast. I can see Arnar is already in front of the ball return, and we are at just the half of the beginning of game 2. So I wonder where is he going to end up bowling after another 4 games. Is he going to start bowling on the left lane? It's moving in quite early for some of them. They may run out of room by games 4, 5, 6. Not only that, but they may cause the next bowlers to come into that lane to all of a sudden find they have no room either. And that probably is the reason why we see some people all of a sudden hitting a wall. They come from a couple of high games and all of a sudden it becomes very difficult to find their pocket. The ball starts reading a little bit too early, picking up too soon. You keep moving in, and as many of the bowlers who have been sitting by my side, we had last night, it was Matisse Blanchette from Canada, super talented young kid as well. I thought he was older, he's just 20. That's one of the things he was reminding us. You cannot move small, you have to move big. He was mentioning maybe you have to move at least 4 boards right away every time you change, and you need to be awake in order to not to wait too much to do those movements. Now, lanes 9 and 10, Pepi Conservi, she's fighting with that pair. It's not going to be a high game this time. She's got 3 splits and 1 double, so she's sitting with 148 on frame 9. She needs a triple to make a 178. That would be 100 pins lost compared to the previous game. But we have been seeing that quite a few times this week. So it's nothing that it's going to surprise us. But Pepi is definitely a super talented bowler, so she can overcome that on the next game and go for another high game for sure. So lane 1 and 2, Dominic Barrett managed to do the last 5 strikes to do a 214 game. And then we have the German guy on lane 2, Moritz, also shot 214. And the Italian guy, Tommaso Ratti, is gonna get a score of 246 if he spares on the 12th frame. It's gonna put him with 60 over. That's a pretty good score for starters. Yeah, he takes a spare, so it's a 256 game for him. 462 total. That's a good start. Lane 3 and 4. It's a couple of Finnish guys doing quite okay. We have Juho with a 5-bagger, 7 spare, and a double. Thomas Kaiko, triple, 9 spare, triple, 9 spare. They are both having quite a high morning. They began pretty good. Let me remind you, Juho Woppola had 246 on game 1. And Thomas Kaiko was with a 208. So they're going to be above par for sure after 2, which is good news. Now let me see who else is doing good. Nora is doing a higher game now at the moment. She's got the triple, 5 spare, 9 spare, and another triple. And we had somewhere Lisa Hilton, and she started with a 229. She did many strikes on the beginning of the first game in lane 19 and 20. She began, I believe, with the first 7 or 8. I don't remember exactly. Then she had a couple of open frames. That's why she dropped down to 229. But definitely she was striking. She was using a little bit further outside line, very similar to the area where Ethan Fury decided to bowl his last squat yesterday. The big difference is she's doing it with an optimum idle, while Ethan Fury was doing it with a urethane ball. But obviously, it's a very two different techniques. Fury has a lot of rep rate. Elisa is more a little bit of old school bowling, so she's not that many. She's not that powerful. She doesn't have that many reps as we saw on, or we can see on Ethan Fury. I cannot find Elisa. Give me a second. I'm trying to find Elisa. If she wasn't 20, she should be on lane 3 and 4. Okay, now I found her. One open frame, no doubles for her. She managed to pair a split on the 9th. So if she doubles, it's going to go on to a 190 game. Still going to remain above par. And it was the same for Peppy. She was not having a very high game. She's going to make 168, but still going to be with 446. So hopefully that's going to be the only low game Pepe is going to get in this squad. Another guy who's doing really good, it's on lane 19 and 20, Andre Prekop. Game of 231, he's got a big split on the 8th frame, 6 and 2, but then he struck out 231 for a total of 488. That's a quite good start for Andre. Let's hope he finds his way all the way through and he doesn't get into so many issues during the transition. Paul Purps also finished with quite a high score, 243 for a total of 421. Now we're getting very close to the end of the game number 2, so pretty soon we're going to have scores refreshed. I'm going to give you a total update on where are the scores. Let's see how many people remain over par. We had 15 bowlers over par on game number 1. I see some striking, but I also see a little bit more lower games than we saw on game 1. There's quite a few open frames all around the alley, so we have to see what really translates into on the ranking. So just give me a couple of minutes until we get the scores completely refreshed. There's some people still bowling a 9th frame, and some other lanes they are bowling the 10th frame, so we're going to need at least 2 or 3 more minutes until we can really tell you everything. For what I can see, we can see Dan Hardin 436 and Andre Prekop 488. Elisa Hiltonen 412, Juho Woppola 478, Thomas Kaiko, if he is just gonna bowl the 10th frame, if he strikes out, it's cloudy, it's very humid, I'm wondering if that's gonna affect the lanes in one way or the other. The only thing I believe is gonna be happening for sure is the approaches are gonna get just a tiny bit more sticky than they were the previous days. But we will see if that helps the bowlers bowl higher or lower, and if the lanes have any different transition than we have been seeing on these previous days. So far, we don't see many big changes. People is more or less doing the same things they were doing. Very few trying to bowl on the outside of the lane. Pretty much everybody's moving in quite deep. And now what's going to happen is we're going to have to see how many survive the transition, how many keep moving in, how many start trying to overdo by using a lot of muscles, and how many just succeed on letting the ball do the job for you. If you find somebody, yeah, absolutely. Okay, Nora Johansson, 3-6-10 on frame 10. If she takes a spare, it's going to be a 230 game, and that's going to put us so close to the par. And as I was saying before, maybe she doesn't have the score yet, but if she finds herself a little bit comfortable and regains some confidence, she's capable of doing a lot of strikes and a very high games. So we have to see. At the moment, the girls division, it remains at plus 27, right? The two leaders on the girls division, I believe they have 27 over. Just give us a minute. We're going to open up all the qualification results so I can give you a proper update. Yes, Emma Haltunen, 12:27. Nora Johansson, 12:27. If we go to the under 21, they also have a bye. Now this score has changed from yesterday. We see Robin Norberg with 12:51 and Leo Norgren with 12:49. If we talk about the seniors, those have not changed. The leader at the moment would be Martin Paulson with 12:29 and Peter Lung, the lefty, with 11:49. The Turbo Games, we probably have no, yeah, we have some changes. They have gone pretty much higher. Game 5, Noel Strandman, Sweden, 277. Game 6, Juhani Tonteri with 275. Now let me do a Spanish joke. Tonteri, no hagas tonterías. Yeah, just because yeah, it wouldn't be easy to it wouldn't be easy to translate that. We see Steven Salzman, the turbo score still the same. No, I just said it's a little bit. It went a little bit higher. And you say, sounds like we can call Mr. Ethan Jack of all trades. It's nice to see people is happy already in the morning. I hope you had a good coffee. I had a coffee early in the morning. Now I'm having a lot of caffeine as well, so I can stay awake and stay as sharp as possible. Again, feel free to do any comments, ask any questions. We like to see the chat going bigger and people getting on fire, excited and talking and contributing. Okay, everybody starting game 3. Nobody left to end the game 2, so pretty soon we're going to get the scores updated. And the new leader of the squad, Andrei Prekop, 488. He bowled 257, 231, and 231 on 19 and 20. That's pretty good. People has been having a bit of issues on 17, 18, 19, and 20, so that's a very good score for him. Second place, we have Juho Pola with 478, pretty solid as well, 246, 232. Tommaso from Italy, he just jumped up into the third place with a high game of 256, so he's got 62 over. Then we find Thomas Kaiko, 451, games of 208 and 243. Pepi Consteri, she is still remaining up there after quite a low second game. We're gonna have to follow and see what she gets into on this game three. She actually just saved quite a difficult spur. She got the three in the corner on frame three, but then she took a spare. And lucky for her, it was right after a strike, so it's not gonna lose any pins over there. Uh, Position number 6 at the moment, Frank from Germany, 445. Number 7 is going to be Don Harding, 436. Number 8 is Paul Parps, 421. Then we find Roni Leskinen from Finland, 418. The second Finnish girl doing okay, still over par, Elisa Hiltunen, 412. The local hero, it's the last one at over par at this moment, Carl Walgren with 407. Now, back to the action. Let me tell you who's bowling where, so you can choose with which camera you want to get in to see. On lanes 1, 2, 3, and 4, we find Matthias Wettenberg. We find Nico Oksanen. We find Carl Walgren and Nora Johansson. We also find there Karon Salome and Paul Cornell. If we move into the next camera, 5, 6, 7, 8, you can find bowlers as Pepe Constery, Dominic Barrett, Elisa Hiltunen, so, and Juhani Tonteri, who has been bowling quite good as well. So it's quite an interesting camera. If you're looking for some PBA action, you can also move to the cameras 9, 10, 11, 12. You can find Ryan Barnes there. Ryan is currently 3 below par, is sitting on the 13th place. No low games for him anyway. He's got 191 and 206, so that's quite okay. Trying to find his spot on the lanes. Who else do we have on that pairs of lanes? We have Roni Leskinen from Finland. We find Dan Harding from England. And if I move to cameras 13, 14, 15, 16, we can find the leader of the squad, the Czech Republic kid, Ondrej Prekop. And not a good start for him, 8-1 and a baby split, 8-1 again, so it's a couple of open frames. He's sitting with 88 above par after 2, but yeah, he doesn't want to start dropping, that's for sure. He's gonna have to find his way on the lanes. Maybe he found a little bit of transition, as so many of the guests who have been joining us during these days. You really need to be sharp, you really need to be awake, and when that transition hits you, you don't need to be afraid to make big changes and big moves. So let's see what Ondrej is able to do on this next couple of frames. I'm gonna pay some attention into him. More people bowling on this 13, 14, 15, 15, 16. We have Jarno Latti from Finland. We have Paul Purps doing okay. And we find the Greece guy Sophocles is also bowling in 15 and 16. Not the high score at the moment, but he keeps on trying, and that is also quite nice to see that people don't give up and they keep trying to find their way and secure their spot into the final. Finally, if we move to the last camera, 17, 18, 19, and 20, we find a couple of Italian guys. Tommaso Radi is doing quite good. He was sitting with 62 over, starting with the front three. Then we find Antonio Fiorentino, former world champ in the team event. Spare strike, spare strike. I just saw Ondrej again at 15. The ball is reading too early. It's hitting the middle of the head pin, so it's gonna be time to make a bigger change for him. And to go back and end up with the action on 19 and 20, we find Juho Buppola from Finland. We find Adam Andersson. And yeah, it's a little bit less of striking, but it's only 3 or 4 frames on this third game, so we're going to wait and see what the action brings us and how things are moving on. Oh my god, yeah. I thought it was going to miss that spare, but he got it. So, transition is knocking on the door. Good morning, I'm here. Andre Prekop, the leader, 88 over, two open frames in only three. Juho Buppola is 78 over, but he's also having a couple of open frames now on lane 19 and 20. And from the top three, the only one that seems to be not yet anymore. This one I jinxed it even before I spoke. Thomas Soradi. He was 62 over, started with the first three, but now he's in split and open frame on fourth. Okay, should we look for Thomas Kaiko? See if he's getting any more like than these other kids. Thomas, where are you? I've lost you. Yeah, Thomas is bowling on 7 and 8. Started with 8 spare, 9 spare. And then we find Pepi. She's bowling on 5 and 6. That ball is reading pretty early for her. Just lift 310, baby split. I think later on I'm going to make a suggestion to our lane guy, Christian Jonas, to start making some coffee as well. Perhaps after you're done with the lanes, you could make big cups of coffee and start giving coffee to everybody after game two, so everybody stays awake and a little stronger than coffee. As you can see, we carry on with our nonsense. It's my number one specialty, talk about nonsense. But yeah, I'm getting older. If you haven't fixed me yet, I don't think you're gonna be able to fix me any more than that. Okay, Steven Simon, you say yesterday I think the 275 game was on 17 and 18. It could be definitely for some of the bowlers. They have been passing over here. They've said that these four lanes, 17, 18, 19, 20, was a little bit tougher. Some of them also spoke on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But yeah, if we ask every bowler, probably we're gonna find out that each one of them end up hating one of the pairs. So since we cannot really have stats on the average of the event on each pair, we're just taking educated guesses. Oh, Steven says, no need for fixing, my friend. I appreciate it, buddy. It's always fun to get some love on internet, which is not easy. Usually people on internet, they are quite strong in their commentaries and their words. Let's see. Suttinen, thank you for your good pronunciation of names in various languages, especially our Finnish language. Oh, kiitos, kiitos. Uh, if I have to be honest, I was saying quite in the wrong way, but I got some tip in the morning. They told me that the Finnish surnames they need to be pronounced this way, so I'm doing my best. And my apologies if during the day my brain becomes a little bit more blurry and I go back to the wrong way. But I'm gonna do my best. It's always fun to learn something new. I see Artur is also here. Artur Colome. Bon dia, Artur. Com va, xato? Espero que tot estigui bé. Former friend from Barcelona actually lives in Girona, a very, very beautiful city in Catalonia. If you've never been there, it's one of the nice places you can visit in our beautiful land. So we have more than Barca and Gaudi over there. It's a lot of things. Especially, they have a three-star Michelin restaurant in Girona that you probably need to book a year in advance. Al Celler de Can Roca. It's really amazing food over there. A little bit expensive. You need to save some money, I must say. But yeah, it's top level, top level. Now back to bowling. Andre Prekop, he's bowling on 15 and 16. Started with a couple of open frames, then he's got a 9 spare and a double. So maybe he found his way to succeed on this pair as well. Maybe he can recover from those first couple of open frames. Let's see where Juho Buppola is standing. Oh, I'm talking a lot, but I should have 4 eyes instead of 2 because I end up losing the bowlers. What was Juho bowling? Oh, and now I've seen him. Yeah, 19 and 20. Strike, split spare 7-2, but now he's got a double, so is on his way to fix the game as well. And if you have a low game of, let's say, 200, I think everybody's gonna sign it. If my lower game is just a par, it's good news. Now let's see. Tommaso, he was on the third place with 62 over. Tommaso started with three in a row, then he's got a couple of splits, nine spare, sitting at 6 under on this particular game, but now no tragic, nothing tragic at the moment. Trying to survive. He can do still some strikes by the end of the game and save the par. Now I'm gonna look for our fourth spot, which was Thomas Kaiko, and Thomas was bowling, unless I'm wrong, on 7-8. Yes. No strikes for Thomas yet. 8 spare, 9 spare, 8 spare, 9 miss. That's exactly what you don't want to get. Giving away single pins. But Thomas arrived yesterday. He bowled last night's squad. That ended up sometime around 12. So I guess if you want to have some food, go back to the hotel, sleep a little bit. You have to come back in the morning. I don't think they had the chance to sleep more than 6-7 hours, and maybe it's not enough. Maybe it needs a little bit of extra resting or a little bit more caffeine to keep the energy levels at max. But we'll keep an eye on him. We'll keep an eye on him. Pepe, she was on the fifth position. Pepe is now without any open frame. Spare, strike, spare, strike, spare, 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 spare. So fighting with it. Let's see where Frank from Germany is doing. He had 45 over, and Frank is now bowling on. Frank, where are you? I've lost Frank. Oh yeah, I just found Frank. It's on 7 and 8. He's also bowling on 7 and 8. Open frame spare strike, open frame spare. Not many are doing very high games. I see Andre managed to make the triple, so it's good news for him. Tommaso also just put the strike. Tommaso Radi from Italy. Yuso had the spare after the double. It's a lot of action going on, definitely. It's hard to follow everyone. The German guy, Paul Purps, with 21 over, is bowling on 13 and 14. It's having one of those games that we saw yesterday on Joachim Colson. Strike, spare, strike, spare, strike, spare, strike. So it looks like one lane he's got already, the other one not yet. Gonna try to find Elisa, see how she's managing to do on this game number 3. She's got a couple of open frames as well. Oh, she got the spare. Now, if we look around the lanes, people who's doing okay on this particular game, we can find Ronnie Leskinen with strike spare, 4 in a row spare, and strike again. Ronnie was already with 18 over, so it's very good news for him if he can make a couple of strikes more on this game number 3. But put him all the way up to nearly 60 over. That's very good news after 3. The cut prediction, if we want to give you the right information, is definitely going to be a little bit lower than we said at the beginning of the week. When we started on squad 1, we believed it could have gone all the way up to 150 over. Now it doesn't look that way, not even close. Probably is going to drop down somewhere between 100, 110 over. So that is also something that bowlers need to keep in their mind when they face this pattern and they start bowling. If you put your head that I need 150 over, then you put more pressure on yourself. If you realize maybe it's going to be a little bit lower, you can accept a little bit of a lower expectations. You can accept that you don't need to make 240 every game, and then you don't put too extra pressure in your performance. Mm. So Tommaso on, or actually in Italian, I think it's Tommaso. So I'm going to say Tommaso from now on. 17 and 18. Tommaso found a way to strike again after a couple of open frames. So he's got the triple, open frame, spare double. That's good news for him on the way to recover the game. Definitely Andre is doing okay after a couple of open frames to start with. Then it's a four bagger, so it's already on par. Just remind you, Andre is Czech Republic, two-handed young kid. He bowled unbelievable good end of June when we had the World Cup under 21 here in Olympia bowling in Helsingborg. And this kid can do many things. He can bowl regular, he can bowl backup, he can go higher speed, lower speed. Really, really talented, and also very humble, very nice to talk to, very funny kid. So we wish him the best, that's for sure. Mhm. We are getting close to the end of game three. I see some more striking that we have seen in some other squads, so that's good news. I also see a few people who are really having low games and struggling a little bit. So we're gonna have to see. We have, for example, Dan Harding. He had 222 and 214. He's now bowling on 11 and 12. Strike, open frame, strike spare. After that spare, a 4 and a 2. That is quite expensive. Then an open frame. So on frame 6, he had 77. But now he has a double. So if he goes all the way till the end, he's going to save the game with a 197. We hope for his sake that it's going to happen that way. Local hero Carl Walgren on 3 and 4. Strike spare, double, split, but triple after that. Carl was the last one with score over par after 2 with 407. So let's see if he can manage to strike out for a 240 something game and put him already with 650 after 3. On 5 and 6, we had Pepi Konsteri. She shot 194 for a total of 640. We find there Dominic Barrett as well. One game of 182 is now having 557. We also have Juhani Tonteri. Is going to go for another strike to get the game of 227. And Juho, where is Juho? On 19 and 20, he's got the strike on the 10th. Let's see if he can double that one. He just did, so he's gonna go all the way to 190 at least. As I said before, if you find yourself into some issues, but you manage to not to go too low and you save the par or you make a 190 game, you remain alive. You don't do any crazy stuff, so you just get ready for a continuance after that. Find yourself again, get some striking, and keep going. not a kid anymore. He's 19. Uh, Dave O, who are we talking about? I spoke about so many people, I don't know who you're referring to. Let me know. 19, when you are my age, 19 is a kid. Definitely. Are you probably talking about Andre, aren't you? Andre, yeah. Well, as I said, if you let me sign a document to wake up tomorrow and be 19 again, I would sign it 100 million times. I would get my beautiful hair back in my head. That I miss more than any other thing. Okay, let's go back to business. We have on lane 3 and 4 Carl Walgreen. He's got 4 pin on the 10th frame, but it's gonna shoot a game of 225. So he's gonna jump a little bit on his score for 30 over. Not super high, but he's not in any kind of pressure. He won the PBA regional, the last one in Sweden, in Stockholm, so he's already with a secure spot in the finals. Step one is actually just bowling to get some information and get to know the pattern a little bit better. And obviously, if he can score high enough, try to make it into the step two instead of step one. Now, let me see around 218, 170, 170, 200, 140, 212. It's a little bit of ups and downs. Okay, spare on the tens for Andre. I started this game with a couple of open frames, but then he put 4 strikes in a row, 9 spare, 8 spare, so he's gonna save the par. That is good news when you are already having 88 over after 2. So if he strikes, it's gonna be a 204 for a total of 692, and that is a very, very solid scoring. Now, my goodness, it's just gotta wash out a little bit too strong, perhaps. But still a good game. 199, 687. If that is what you do when you get yourself into a little bit of a messy situation, I think he's gonna be happy to save that one. Now we see some scores starting to change. That means people is gonna start bowling game number 4. I'm gonna go camera from camera, let you know who is there, so you can choose which one of the channels we are giving you. You want to choose. On lanes 1 and 2, we find the Italian star Antonio Fiorentino. We find the Finnish superstar Peppi Konsteri. Bowling with Peppi, we have Juhani Tonteri. If we go to 5, 6, 7, 8, we find Nico Oksanen. We find Ryan Barnes, if you want to see a little bit of PBA action. If we go to 9, 10, 11, 12, Don Barrett is going to bowl there. He's going to be accompanied by John Olatti and Paul Purps. If we go to 17 and 18, you can find Arnar Jonsson, Matthias Wetterberg. 13 and 14, we have Roni Leskinen from Finland. He's 42 over, and we find the Italian guy Tommaso Radi with 74 over. So there is a few scores over there that are looking quite okay. If they manage to do good on the next 3 games, they could find themselves securing a spot in the final. We will have a proper score update in 3 or 4 minutes as soon as our technician guys come back. But in the meantime, we'll carry on talking a little bit. And I have the pleasure to have a very, very kind friend. He's gonna talk a little bit with us again. He's gonna help me do this for a little while. Former Team Sweden coach and a very wonderful person to sit by, Mr. Magnus Johnson. Välkommen till.
Tack så mycket.
Good morning again, and welcome back to the action. You've been watching quite some bowling this last few hours and last few days.
Definitely so, yes. And I am as excited as you about the what the final result will be to
Will
make
be
the to
it's
make the cut.
the cat. It's
It's right now 1275 is the last spot, and for the last spot for qualifying in for the second round is right now to 1288. So it's not.
not that high, right? It's a
No,
lot of
it's not
bowlers on that 20 pins
difference. Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
But today and tomorrow, it's 8 squats, 4 squats today, 4 squats tomorrow. Uh, all the good bowlers are already here. Most of them they have tested the lanes already. They probably have a better plan strategy before they hit the lanes. And now why I say that is because my oh, that's good. My hopes and my expectations that the cat is going to get a little bit higher and closer to what I said at the beginning of the week. It's everything is going to be decided in these next couple of days, right?
Yes, yes. But it will not be. It will not be a lot. It will be quite many pins more than at the moment, but it will not be considered as
No,
high scoring
no,
in no
no,
way.
no, and it's not gonna go as high as I predicted at the beginning of the week. That I've been saying already for
Yeah,
2 or 3 days.
yeah.
But as we said yesterday, everybody's a good coach on Monday in any sports,
Yes, yes,
and bowling is no different than that. Everybody is gonna be having a good prediction after every squad has been bowled.
yes.
But
And a new idea about how to attack the lanes next squad, but
mm,
not necessarily the correct one.
no, definitely not. Um, Magnus, we have some good bowlers now on the lanes. A lot of people with quite a lot of talent. We see quite many Finnish bowlers at the moment,
Yes,
and some of them are doing pretty good.
they are good.
They are,
That's why.
they are good. Yeah, exactly, and you know that well. I mean, you had to face them quite often as a Swedish national coach, right?
Yes, oh yes, we have had many fights during the years, and always it's a fierce game. Always has been so, but in the end we respect each other very much.
Very, very
Yes,
often, I
yes.
believe. Yeah. And if I had to ask you, who do you consider more rival, the Finnish team or Barca? Because you're a Real Madrid supporter, so
Yes.
which one is a little bit more like I need to beat that one?
No,
Is it
but
more when Madrid
no,
beats Barca or when
well,
Sweden beats Finland?
well, you cannot compare because uh, actually I if Finland beats us,
Hmm.
I don't like it. Of course not.
Hmm.
No, but if they beat anyone else,
It's good.
it's good. It's
Yeah,
fine for me.
nice.
What about Barcelona? I always enjoy their losses.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure to talk to the guy in the kitchen. He fixes some
Yeah.
very spicy food later on for you. No, but I must say it's the same for me.
Okay, but
I
the opposite way, and
I
you
mean
bet
I'm very happy when
Real Madrid
Team
losses.
Sweden beats
Ah,
Finland because I have a very I consider myself half Swedish.
okay.
I've been coming up here so many years and so many times that and you guys treated me so well. I felt kind of adopted. So my heart, if you look at my blood, is blue and yellow. It's half of it, but I agree completely with you. I usually watch all the Madrid games, and as soon as they win on the because they have that ability of being down on the score for 93, 94 minutes, and when you
Yeah.
think okay the game is over, they are lost, all of a sudden something happens
Yes.
and they come back, and it's very annoying. I must tell you,
Yes.
I really hate Real Madrid with all my with all my heart.
But then we are. we can agree on one thing is that we don't agree.
No, absolutely.
What Spanish football concerns?
But it's funny that even if we have such a different taste in football, we can become such good friends and have a lot of fun about it, right? And
Absolutely.
that's the spirit that everybody should have all around the world. Sports is for fun, sports is for competing, but never take it any further than that.
No, exactly.
Stop violence, stop these fights. This is nonsense. We just keep the spirit, have a lot of fun with it. Tease your friends when you beat their team, and just accept that your friends are gonna tease you when their team is gonna
Yes,
beat you,
yes,
right?
yeah.
Talking about Real Madrid and their luck, did you see the Champions League? The teams they are always lucky.
Yes,
I'm not sure if they are lucky or they know where to put the money envelopes
I think
up on the UEFA.
I think if you are good, and that goes for any sport, then
The luck
the luck
is on
comes
your
with
side,
the
right?
yes, yes. I mean, it's like I think it wasn't it was in the golfer. No, it's difficult with
Older
names.
one,
The old yes,
the Golden Bear, Niklaus,
no, before him.
Gary Player,
No, but
one of those.
one of those in this generation, yes, that said the very wise words that isn't it peculiar? But the more I practice,
The
the
more lucky I
luckier I
am,
get.
the more
Yes,
lucky I become.
yeah,
Yeah, that is a big truth.
yeah.
Okay, we have the scores updated. Let's have a look. We have 10 bowlers above par, so it usually happens like that. Game 1, it's 16, 15 above par. Game 2 it drops a little bit down. Game 3, it drops down to 10. Even if yesterday we had a very interesting stats from Lane Talk. There was a guy talking on the YouTube channel, texting us. Lobo to me, I believe it was his name,
Mm-hmm.
and he was giving us the stats. And actually, Game 3 wasn't so low.
No,
Game 4
no,
wasn't
no. I
so low.
recall. Yeah.
But on the other hand, every time we look at the top scores, it drops down. It's less people bowling over par.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the magic of the numbers. Many things can happen. But checking on the ranks, we have at the moment Andrei Prekop from Czech Republic is having 87 over. Then we find the Italian guy Tommaso Radi with 674. And then we have one, two, three, four Finnish bowlers, one after the other one. First one is Juho Vuppola with 671. Then we find Thomas Kaiko, 648. Then we find Roni Leskinen, 642. And then we find Pepi, 640. And if you have a look, Pepi started this game quite okay, even if she just had an open frame. But she's got on lanes 1 and 2, 7 spare, 4 in a row, now 7 and 2. But that is a good game. So if she's striking, it looks
Yep.
like she's gonna
Yep.
she's gonna find a way to do okay on that pair. And since the girls have a special advance into the final, top two women that
Yes.
doesn't make it on the cut directly, they have a direct pass into the final. So it's very important for her to remain on that scoring pace she has now, like
Yeah.
40, 50, or if she can get that, it could be enough to make it into the
Yes,
final as
it
a
can. I think was it 1228 something? Was it the top lady
uh,
score so far?
so far it was a 27 over for
27,
Emma
27.
Haltunen
Yeah,
and Nora Johansson.
yeah.
So if we carry on down, we find Carl Walgren with 629 on the seventh position. Then we see the German guy, Frank Wimken, 616. Paul Purps, also from German, 606. And Ryan Barnes showing up. We just made the par, so Ryan has 600 square. And if we look at the scoring, as we said, Pepe, another strike now on lane 1 and 2. That's good news for her. Let me see, where are the... Oh, it's not a very good beginning of a game for Andre, our squad leader on lanes 11 and 12. 8 split 0, 8 splits pair, 8 and 1, so
Oh,
35 after 3. He's moving a little bit deeper. Let's see, he shot now on lane 11. Now,
Oh.
watch out. Now he's well, we just found out he's 19, Andre. So now it's one of those moments where maybe it's easier when you are a little bit older and you found yourself in this kind of troubles a little bit more often. When you are younger, at least it was like that for me. When I was younger, I was more impulsive, a little
Yeah.
bit more uh, sensitive to whatever is
Hot
happening
under the
around you.
collar.
Absolutely. And so that's what I mean. Andre is going to have to be very, very calm. He's going to have to keep his focus so he doesn't really give up many, many pins because he's got quite a high score, 87 over after three. So he just needs to figure out how to save this game, try to bring it as close as possible to par and survive it and just look for the next one.
Yeah, yeah. He must do something here is that he can't he can't afford to have more open frames and need at least a couple
A
of
couple
doubles.
of doubles,
Yeah.
yeah, a couple of doubles. Now let's see where Tommaso is bowling at the moment. Tommaso is on 13 and 14, 9 spare strike, 9 spare. He's taking a shot now on lane 13. He also moved a little bit deeper and he tripped the 4 pin, so he's going to be very happy of having that double. If I were after that strike, I
Yeah.
would definitely move even a little bit more. Pepe is doing okay on lane 1 and 2. After that open frame, she managed to get a double again. Let me find our number 3 and number 4, who were Juho Wuppula and Thomas Kaiko. Let's see where they are bowling. Uh, Thomas
Well,
Kaiko is on 11 and 12 with a
yeah.
strikes per spare,
And Vupula has m- marks and one double.
and he's bowling on 15 and 16.
Yeah.
So, if you want to keep some eyes in the action, we remind you Ondrej Prekop, the actual leader, is now bowling on lanes. I believe it was, yes, 11 and 12. So is Thomas Kaiko. We see some strikes also from Matthias Wetterberg in 17 and 18.
Mm-hmm.
Matthias started with quite a low game. He shot 153 on game number 1. But after that, it was a 223 and 198, and now he's striking a lot. He could potential 270 game, and that would help him jump into the chances of doing something.
Yeah.
He's currently 30 down, so he really needs to make a high game
That's
now that
another
he's
one. Very good from he.
Matthias. Yeah,
Yeah, Matthias Wetterberg, and he is talking about football. That is the dress for one of the better teams in history in football,
is it?
IFK Gothenburg.
Aha, it's that the times when you had Thomas Rabelli and
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Blomqvist
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yep.
that was a very fun World Cup 1994
Yeah.
in the United States
Yeah.
when you had Henke Larsson and
You know your Swedish football history.
I do.
Yeah.
I remember it was a very fun World Cup, and I have good memories also because you guys played against Bulgaria
Yes.
over
In
there,
the quarterfinal, I think, wasn't it?
and Bulgaria. It was probably one of my first childhood idols.
Okay.
Someone as a Madrid fan you probably hated
Yeah.
because the way he was, yeah, I
Yeah. Yeah.
remember. We just heard the name back there, Risto Stoichkov.
Mm. And then we won the how was it in the sem no in the quarterfinals we won over Romania, but that was a tough game with Ravelli saved
Saving.
a penalty. Yeah.
Mm,
Well, let's see. We have Tommaso Radi has a triple strike now. So
yeah, Tommaso is working his way to try to get into the lead, especially now that Andre was under some issues. Andre is not finding, especially on the left lane. He's got 8, 8, 8, 5 strike and 7, so it's not really working that good for him.
No, to
Uh,
be a little bit more exact, he's struggling.
Absolutely. Pepe is doing quite good on 1 and 2.
Yeah,
She only had one open frame, but she made the full bagger and a double, so she's going to shoot 220. That's going to put her with 60 something over.
yeah,
And it's only 2 games to go. She knows how to spare. She knows how to hit the bucket. She
yeah.
knows how to become quite precise and consistent. So I wouldn't be surprised that at the end of the day she would have the highest score
The ladies,
on
yeah,
any other girl. Absolutely.
yeah, good chance for that.
Okay. Tommaso's got the fourth, so now it's a full bagger. Tommaso also trying to get the lead on this squad. And Juho was doing okay. He had, where was he? I lost Juho at the moment.
He just had an open frame.
Hmm. Oh, true. Yeah, 15 and 16. Thomas Kaiko is doing okay on 11 and 12. Strike, 3 spares, now a double. And
Hmm.
he's got 48 over after 3. So he's doing quite a steady job. No low games so far. His lowest game has been 197. But yeah, he can bowl. I mean, Thomas Geico can really
Oh
bowl. He's a
yes,
very good bowler.
yeah,
Another Finnish bowler that is slowly coming back, it's Jarno Lahti. He started with quite a low game, 160, but then he shot 203, 218, and now he's on his way to shot 240 at least.
yeah.
If he gets one more strike, it's going
But
to be.
he's at the after 3 games, he's 19 under par. So he needs a couple
He
of
needs a couple of
really
high games.
big
Now
games.
he's going
Yeah,
to shoot 240, so he's going to
yeah.
jump up into 20 something over. So, scores that are already on the table after 4. We find Pepi Consteri, 862. That's pretty good.
That is very good for
Absolutely.
big, not at least because she needs like 380, two last games, something like that.
A
To
couple of games of 190. Yeah, that would
probably make
definitely
it.
give her the lead
Yeah,
on the girls.
yeah.
And there's been quite a few squads and quite a few attempts by women. It's not very easy. Uh, as soon as they have to move a little bit in, they find all the traffic from the boys, so
Yeah,
it's not easy for them to stay over there. And on 19 and 20, we see Nora also trying to fight back with quite a few strikes. Now she's got, she couldn't get the fifth one.
did we say that Tomas already
Yeah,
made also the fifth one in a row?
Tommaso made the fifth one, only has the 10th frame to go. He can have a potential score of 259. He was already with 40, no, he was a 74 over.
Oh yeah,
So he can go all the way to 120 over after 4 games,
yeah.
and that is very good, definitely. On 13 and 14, we also have Roni Leskinen. He was sitting with 42 over.
Yeah,
Uh, Even if he had an open frame, he can still save the par and remain with 40 over. It gives him a chance to, if he do okay on the legs too,
he's
get close to 100 over, which could be a potential
he's playing
cut.
with Karo Hilokoski, and his grandfather was one of the best bowlers in history in Finland, Leo Hilokoski.
I did not know him.
He has won He's he has been world champion
Hmm.
in team from 1975, 5 man team world championship. He has won the Ball Master
Hmm.
tournament
Well,
and
that's a big one.
a lot of other things. And and his Leo's sister,
Uh huh.
Lea.
Yeah.
So that is auntie.
Okay.
She won the European Championships individual in 1977. So that he comes
So
really from a bowling
they
family.
also have it on the DNA, right? It
Exactly.
runs on the
Yeah.
genes. Yeah, the first Finnish bowlers I remember from back in the day when I was a kid, I think it would be Timo Raitikainen.
Hmm. Yeah.
Rattikainen, I must say.
Rattikainen. Yeah. Yeah.
Rattikainen. That's the oldest ones I remember
All right.
when I was a kid.
Hmm.
It was some other guys like Antti Pekalaks.
Yeah, but
Uh,
that's a little bit. Oh well, they were at the
more
same
more
time.
or
Yeah.
less
Yeah.
on that era, and then I get a little bit to bowl with.
Wow, what happened there? Look at it was on lane 18.
It was the 12th frame for Arnar Jonsson, but
Uh,
yeah, he hit the corner. First time in the morning, we see somebody taking the 6 and the 9, but we have seen that quite a
yeah,
few
yeah.
times this week,
Mm.
which proves if you miss a little bit out, it's tough. See, we have a comment over here from Anders Lundvall. He says, if Sweden beats Finland, it's national mourning in Finland. Well,
Ja,
we are not going to be responsible for any replies you get over there, Anders. Thomas Arati definitely gonna take the lead. He's striking like a machine on lanes 13 and 14. He's gonna shoot a high game of 250 something, so he's gonna move to 130 over after 4 games, which is a
mm,
very, very good score and
yes.
very comfortable. It should give him a lot of confidence for the last two and not needing to do anything crazy, just stay away from trouble, right?
I think we have a reason to mention here that Italy has lately during the last couple of years really became one of the best nations we have in Europe for in bowling.
They are doing
Uh,
very good, definitely.
And talking about that, we have to say also that Czech
Czech Republic
they
also,
have really developed
they
a
have improved.
fantastic. I mean, from nothing to being a threat to any
Mm.
nation in bowling. That is impressive.
And that brings me to the point that I've been saying for many years down in the Spanish Federation. If we took that a little bit more serious and we really invested on developing the bowlers and give them the tools to get some more knowledge and to practice on the right
Yes.
conditions, anybody can get better.
Oh yes, I know because I was the head coach for Spain for 4 or was it 5 years, and it is a difficult situation because the lack of youth bowlers is so evident that if you cannot start doing something about that,
It's impossible.
there will not be any
No,
future,
no, I know.
not a bright future anyway.
Everyone is playing football, and usually the young bowlers in Spain, it's because they are family
Yes,
from
exactly.
other
Yes,
bowlers.
yes,
Otherwise,
yes.
you don't see any new generations
No,
coming up,
and
which is sad.
that's really that's a
And
pity because I mean there is a lot of bowling interest in Spain,
mhm, it
no
is,
doubt,
it is.
but they need to do something. And I know my very good friend um, that I have worked with a lot, Florentino Carrera.
Oh, Florentino, yeah, yeah.
And I mean, without him, that well, it had not been anything about bowling
He has
in
been
Spain.
pushing
Oh,
for bowling in Spain for many years, a long time
50
ago.
years.
I remember when I was about 19, 20, 22, when I started coming up very often to Sweden and gain a lot of knowledge. The two of us, we started the bowling school in Madrid. I was traveling to Madrid once a month, and we had kids coming from all over the country. So we spent a weekend together in Chamartin Bowling Alley,
Hmm.
and I was doing some coaching. It lasted for maybe a year. Didn't last it much. We didn't really get much help. I wasn't doing any money on it. I was just covering my flights
Hmm.
and the hotel room. And actually, even today, some of the guys who are still in the national team, they come from that school.
Yeah, yeah.
So it proves that when you do something, it's gonna
It
work.
pay off.
It
Yeah,
pays off. It
yeah.
pays off. But on the other hand, as I said, we only have young bowlers are usually the sons or the daughters of
Yes,
other bowlers. So
yes.
in my depth, I haven't contributed much because I don't have any children. So okay, a very nice ending for also for Juho Buppola with 1, 2, 3, 6 in a row for a 220, 233, excuse me, for a total of 904. That's 104 over for Juho. Um, Pretty good actually. People is finishing last frame on this game number 4, so we're gonna have our scores refresh pretty soon, and we'll let you know the total ranking right away. But yeah, we have at least a couple of bowlers with more than 100 over after 4, and a few other that are looking quite okay to make it a good attempt and try to reach that 120 over for 6. So let's see. Give us just a couple of minutes so the scores update, and I'm give you a little bit of a ranking reading in a couple of minutes.
Uh, Luis,
Yes.
I
Yes.
will say thank you very much for the short but very,
No, no.
very
I will thank
nice
you.
stint
It's
here.
always a pleasure to have you around. It's very fun. We have a lot of fun talking and commenting together. So
Yes,
feel free whenever you get tired of being out there on the lanes and watching the action live. If you want to sit down and spend some more time, the door is always open for you. Tack
thank
så
you very much.
jättemycket, Magnus.
Tack själv.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias a ti.
It was indeed a low game for Andre. He shot 158, so he dropped down to 845. That is quite an expensive game. He actually had an open frame also on the 10th. It was a 5-3 on the 10th. That is not fun, but it is the way it is. I mean, the lanes are demanding, and sometimes you find one of those pairs that are going to become very tricky. And how you survive that one may be the right or the wrong future on that particular squad. So just give us a minute. We're going to refresh the scoring pretty soon, and I'll be right back in just a minute. And we're back on track on the action. Game 4 is done. Starting, well, some of them are starting, some of them are striking pretty much. So they're in the middle of game 5. And I have a new guest with me, Robin. Robin Passo.
Hello.
Welcome. It's
Thank you
nice to
very
have you
much.
here, buddy.
Yeah.
Um, Let us know, what have you been seeing? It's a lot of action. It's a lot of bowlers over there. It's a lot of high games, but it's a lot of low games as well. It's a very tricky
Yeah.
and demanding pattern. Let us know a little bit.
Yeah, I've been here most of the week watching a lot of bowling. It looks very tough. When I've been bowling myself, it's been really tough. I shot 1,050 twice,
Oy.
so that's not good. And then I had 20 over last night or
Mhm.
last morning, so that was better. But yeah, it's very tough. I feel like the weaker stuff is usually the better stuff to go with. Um,
Yeah, we have been seeing, we've been talking about all week. I see some bowlers are going over and over doing so many squats, but they keep using very, very strong equipment, strong cores, strong covers,
yeah,
and it seems like they don't really get the ball motion they desire. They're trying to get the ball go longer by using the muscles instead of using the brain, I would say.
yeah,
And it's very, very difficult. I think so far the only one that I've seen accomplishing a good score by being aggressive, it was Nate Purchase. Everyone else that has been doing okay, it feels like they find their way a little bit more like old school.
yeah.
Let the ball do the job, weaker release, a little bit weaker
More touch, yeah, for sure.
equipment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. By the way, I have some people saying hello to you already.
Hey, Jord,
Let's see.
hello.
Oh, you know who it is, eh?
Yeah, of course. It's Jord van Veren. He plays with us in Jota.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Cool. Now scoring. Let me have a quick look before I go on with the rankings. Just if you guys are watching and you're not on the cameras on lane 1, 2, 3, and 4, we have Ryan Barnes on lane 1 and 2 with the front 7. It's looking pretty good. So if you want to have some action of Ryan, you just connect yourself into cameras of lane 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about the ranks that we have on this squad. We have Italian guy on the top, Tomas Soradi. He's got 932, 132 over. That's quite a high score for 4 games.
That is very good.
Then on second and third position, we find a couple of Finnish bowlers. We have Juho Wuppola with 104 over, 246, 232, 193, 233. So that's good news for him. The lowest game is 193. He
Yeah.
survived whatever he found on that pair.
Yeah, I also watched him yesterday, and he was struggling a lot. So, new game plan, I guess. Looking way better.
Yeah, but that's one of the things that talented bowlers do, right? You give it a try. You try to learn whatever you can from what you have been doing, and if you have to do something different
Yeah.
on the day you bowl again, then you do something different, and that's one of the things I'm not seeing so clearly on some of the younger bowlers. But I'm not gonna blame them. I'm gonna blame them on the system. They have been getting used for the last 3, 4, 5 years to get in this kind of similar pattern, similar ball reaction,
Yep.
and of course, it's hard for them all of a sudden to have to do something completely
Yep.
different.
But that's why this tournament is so cool. Like we do different stuff every day, every year with the patterns and stuff,
Hmm.
and it's way different. It's often way harder, and I think this is what we should do in bowling.
Mm.
Yeah. So, props for this tournament for doing like different stuff.
I have some people also saying hello from Barcelona. We have Xavi Taribó saying bon dia Lluís, ja tenim ganes de que tornis. Bueno, tornaré quan no faci tanta calor, que aquí s'està força bé. I'm just saying it. Hello back. They
Yep.
want me to be back in Barcelona. I said I'll be back when it's not so hot because the temperature up here is a little bit easier to
Yep.
be on. Number 3 in the ranks, a girl, Pepi Consteri. Amazing bowler, super talented. She started with a 278, then she crashed the 168, but now she's making her way back now 194, 222. Pepe is bowling now on lane. Let me find where's Pepe at the moment. If you find her, let me know. Otherwise, I keep on looking as well. Mhm. I
Can't find
just
her.
I just saw her. Oh, over here, 17 and 18.
Okay. Yep.
Strike, spare, split. So one open frame, strike, spare. She's 62 over.
He was also struggling yesterday, but now it looks again way better.
The
People are learning, you know.
Absolutely. Current leaders scores for the girls is 27 over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, gateway. Yeah, yeah.
she doesn't really need to do anything crazy. The only thing she has to do probably stay far from any crazy stuff happening around her. Maybe just 190 to 100.
Yep.
Keep that scoring pace. That would give her a spot into the final through the gateway. So let's see what she can manage to do. Then number 4, we have the Czech Republic guy, Andrei Prekop, 19 years old, super talented. But if we look at the game after game, it doesn't look very positive. It was 257, 231, 199, 158. So he's dropping a few pins game after game. I wonder if not only the transition has hit him hard, but also a little bit of frustration when you've been trying for many different squads and you start pretty good, doing pretty okay, 80, pretty 90 over after 2,
Yeah.
and then you start going a little bit lower. Maybe you get some doubts in your brain, you get a little bit of frustration as well.
Yep.
You become a little bit more tense. You don't do the same kind of good shots, and then it becomes like a circle. Everything starts to go a little bit down, a little bit down, a little bit down.
I think it's hard when the pattern's this hard and you try to chase a double. Like it, yeah, it will get you from time to time. You have to stay calm, remain calm, make spares, and when you hit a pair that is better, just strike the shit out of it. I guess.
We have some people already talking in the chat. We have Jennifer Carlson says, "Go, go, Peppy." So yes, go, Peppy. She's doing okay. She's fighting. She's probably going to manage to survive. I see Chabi has spoken again. Told me that the weather has become better in Barcelona. Yesterday it was a little bit rainy and the temperatures finally dropped down.
Okay.
So that's good news.
Yeah.
It was way too hot this summer over there. It felt like I was in Dubai instead of Barcelona. It was really, really hot.
Yeah.
To carry on with the scoring, right after Andre on the 5th position, we had the Finnish guy also, Ronnie Leskinen, 841. Then we find Thomas Kaiko with 839. Nora, oh, she jumped up to already. 169 to begin, then 231.93, 234. So Nora is sitting with 26 over after 4.
Also
And,
chasing the women's skateway, I guess. She's very close.
she's there already because she's got the 27 over.
Oh, she's
in
the
6,
second one. Yeah,
but
yeah,
she
that's
wants to beat her own score and make sure that if someone
Yep.
else is doing okay, they
Yep.
have to reach even a higher score. We have some good bowlers coming on later on. Daniel McEwen, she arrived yesterday.
Okay.
She's a potential high scoring bowler for
For
sure.
sure.
Pepe's doing quite good on 17 and 18. She's got a couple of open frames, but she moved deeper. It was the deeper I've seen her bowling so far. So, and that last shot looked pretty good. So maybe she finds the way to strike out and save the game. Definitely, I mean, if you keep your sparring, but there's not much you can do if you get a very big split. I mean, don't get any crazy. Take one and focus on the next frame.
Yeah, I think the problem for me is like I've been like there's been tons of splits. Like the squad where I had 20 over, I had a lot of strikes, but I had a lot of splits as well. It feels like when you miss it a bit at the bottom, you miss weight like a bit too much to the right, you get a 210, and then it's hard to make the spare, obviously. So yeah.
Yeah, the lanes are really demanding. They really leave you pretty much out of room, especially when as the squad goes on and the games go on.
Yep.
You can see how people goes deeper and deeper. But then if you send it out, we have seen so many people taking the 3 in the corner. Some of them even
Yes.
taking just the 6 and the 9.
Yes.
And on the other hand, then you miss a little bit in, you grip it a little bit more, and the ball's gonna
Yep.
start reading way too early, cross the lane into the left side. So quite demanding, quite demanding.
Yeah, I think you can have some misroom in, but then you can't grab it because then you're that's a no go. You have to be very gentle with the ball. I feel like a lot of touch, then you get some misroom.
So carrying
nice
on
double.
after Nora, we had Jan Olati with 824, Matthias Wettenberg 823, Carl Walgreen 808. So that makes it 10 bowlers above par on this squad. Pretty much similar numbers to what I've been seeing during the week. At the beginning, it's always 16, 17 above par. It drops down a little bit after game 2, and it starts dropping down after game 3 and game 4. But let's follow the action. Let's see what people is doing. Ryan Barnes on lane 1 and 2. He shot 267. So now he's got 1,052.
Yep.
they are way ahead on this game compared to some other lanes like 15 and 16. They are just starting the 6th frame.
Yeah, some. Yep. That's
Actually, on 15 and 16, we have Nora Johansson, we have Carl Walgren, and we find both Elisa Hiltonen, which at the beginning she was doing okay. She started with 229, but then she had games of, hold on a second, there we go, 183, 178, 192. So not a very particular low game,
No.
but not any over par. And that is what one of the things I've been seeing over and over again with the girls. They manage to survive pretty good on fresh, but
But then it's
then
harder. Yeah.
as soon as they need to move deeper, they find all that traffic that the guys have been creating, and it becomes super tough. And they cannot move out because there's a tricky area as well. So it becomes very tough for them, and it's very difficult to decide what do I do. Do I need to jump all of a sudden 20 boards to the left and 10 on the
Yep.
arrows? And probably that's what would work
Yep.
better for them. But it's very hard to, when you are on the lane, it's easy to say it from back here. But when you are on the lanes to make such a big move, it becomes not easy. If we look at 17, 18, that's what Pepe is exactly actually doing now. She's
She's way
staying
inside. Yeah.
in front of the ball return. She's got a double. She's going to try to get the strike on the 10th, see if she can save the par on this game. Yeah, that was like 27 on the arrows. She probably missed a little bit in.
Yeah.
But a 9 spare, at least she's gonna save a 180 game, so it's gonna drop down 20 pins from 62 to 40 over, 40 something over. Still okay to make it into the girls' gateway at the moment.
Yep.
Man, Viscosi, we will see, we will see. Some action also on lane 3 and 4. We
I
have
said Dan. Yeah.
yeah, Dan Harding's got the front 7.
I don't. He has before this game is 774. So
Yeah, he had
he needs
one.
a big one.
He had the 152 on game 3, but
Yeah.
also if he makes a few more strikes and he makes a 280 game,
Yep.
we are on game 5.
Ah, he struck again. Tripped the 4-pin. Nice. He's also a new addition to our team. Yata is going to play with us this year. I'm super excited about him.
Oh, that's
He's
cool
young, talented kid.
and a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really fun, and he seems committed to bowling, which is good.
What I was mentioning now, since it's game 5, even if his squad score is not that high, he can make it through the turbo.
Yes.
So it's going to be important for him to try to make at least 2 more strikes, so he
Yep.
puts him on the 280.
What's the score now? Like 267, I think.
No, it went a little bit up. It went all the way to 270 something.
Okay.
Both on the 5th and the 6th.
Okay.
It went up to 270 something.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't checked lane talk that much, but I don't know. The scores yesterday feel like kind of went up. No.
Yeah, it was a little
the
bit
last few
higher.
squads?
It was a few more bowlers shooting more than 100 over.
Yep.
Until yesterday, we had an average of only one
Per squad, yeah.
1,300 per squad.
Yep.
Yesterday it moved a little bit higher. At least we had 2 or 3 bowlers over 1,300 pretty much on each
Yep.
on each of them, and it looks like today could be going in the same direction.
Yep.
Okay, Pepe managed to survive on this pair. It wasn't easy. She shot 181, so she's going to be with 43 over after 5.
Yep.
And this last game is going to be very, very important for her. She really needs to make at least 200 or even a little bit more if possible.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. 2-0, 210.
Yeah. Split for Dan on the 9th frame. That's not going to be happy. Even if his burst is going to be 276 striking out, I'm not sure that's going to be enough. I don't remember exactly, but as soon as we have the technician back, we're going to find out what was the exact score on the turbos 5 and 6.
Yep.
Let's have a look. Nora, 11, 15 and 16. Spare, strike, spare, spare, triple. Shows she's also in there. She's 26 over after 4. And on this game, she's above par. So
yeah,
she's going to catch Pepe.
Yeah, she looks like she's going to go ahead of her, yeah.
Yeah. Ronnie Leskinen, 17, 18. It's 180, so it drops down to 1021.
Harding can strike out for 76
276. Yes,
because
that's
he
why
made the spare.
we have to see what's the turbo to see if it's enough to overcome whatever the turbo is. I think remember one of them was 275, but now I'm not sure if it was the fifth
Maybe I can check on my phone.
or the sixth one. Now I want to try to find Tommaso, the guy from Italy, who is the current leader for this squad. I have not seen him. Tommaso. Okay, he made a 200, exactly 200. He's sitting with 11 and 32 after five. So he's still quite okay, quite a good score.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna have to find Juho from Finland. Let's see, where is
Let's
Juho?
see. 277 is the fifth one, so we can't
Two
make it.
set now,
No,
so it's not
sadly.
gonna work for him.
No, that six count was, you know, too expensive.
Okay, lanes 11 and 12. There is our number two on the squad, Juho Buppola. He's got a couple of open frames, but he made a strike on the eighth. If he strikes out, it's still gonna make 202. And as I've been saying during the day, if you find a bad pair and you manage to survive with the par, uh,
That's good.
that
That's good.
is very good news indeed. Thomas Kaiko, not so happy with that last shot. He missed a little bit outside, did not hit the headpin. Nora saving a very important spur for her. It was not an easy one, 3, 6, 10, and the 9 behind.
Yep.
But she managed to survive it.
She's 14 over so far this game. Over par.
And Andre shot a 175 on game 5, so he dropped all the way down to 1020.
Yep.
He really needs a super high
Yep.
game on the last one,
That was basically
otherwise,
a turbo game
mm,
to be able to make the cut as well. So
yeah. It's a shame. He started very, very good. He started with 88 over after 2, but then he's just been finding himself into some troubles.
Yep.
Pepi, now she's gonna bowl on 13 and 14, already starting the game in front of the ball return, absolutely deep inside on the lanes. Let's see how she can manage to survive that one. That looked pretty good.
A nice shot.
Oh,
Oh,
that hooks a
overhooked.
lot more than it did on the previous. Yeah, she's gonna have to move even deeper or even try to spin it more and but produce a little bit less rev rate so the ball can cross a little bit longer before it starts gripping.
I think my average in a sixth game for 3 squads is basically like 150. So yeah, I know the struggle. It's usually it hooks so much in the last game.
We had somebody helping over here. Matt Jack says 277 on game 5 on the turbo.
Yep.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate your comments and helping. I just saw it a little bit too late. But it's nice to see how people is talking and contributing on the event. Um, I'm gonna remind one more time. If you're watching, please subscribe into our YouTube channel. It's 100% for free. And the fact that you subscribe is going to help us to carry on doing more and more global bowling and a lot of PBA stuff, a lot of PBA regional, Swedish National League, and everything absolutely for free. What could be better than watching bowling from any part in the world for free and top quality bowling, high quality bowling?
I got a question from Magnus. Showed me a question from a guy named Börje Hulke. He was asking about how they move after each game. So the thing they do here in Lucky Larsen is the starting pair you have. If you start on the left lane, you move 2 pairs to the left, and if you start on the right lane, you move 2 pairs to the right after each game. So that makes you end up on the same pair in the sixth game as you started in the first game. So it's yeah, that's how you move. Every time you're done, you move 2 pairs to the left or 2 pairs to the right, depending on your starting lane.
That's a nice explanation. Now, Yuho in 11 and 12. Is he going to manage to survive that one? He had a couple of open frames. Now he's got a triple. He's already on the 10th frame. He's going to shoot the number 11, try to make another strike, try to save the par. It's pretty important for him. He was shooting 104 over after 4. He wants to try to survive this one no matter what and give himself a chance to do 220 or maybe 230 on the sixth game and make it into the final, make it into the cut, which is probably going to be somewhere around 120 over. We'll have to see. A very good shot. That was pretty strong performance on that 11th frame.
Yep.
That's a good strike. He's going to have the 200. So 100 over for 5. It's going to be really, really good. Now, Nora, she made strike on the 9th, giving herself a chance to strike out for a 234 game. That would put her with 60 over, and that will be a very, very high
Yeah, huge frame coming up.
scoring pace for the ladies division. That would put her up there for sure.
Yep. Keiko also has a if he strikes out, he has 48 over, I think. 48 over makes him, then he has a chance to get to the cut. I don't know what people are. What's the estimation for the cut now? Do we know?
We have been saying many different numbers. At the beginning of the week, I said 150 over, but that was squad number 1.
Yeah.
Robert Anderson was sitting here with us. He said about 130 over.
That sounds high now.
Yeah, that sounds pretty high. Yesterday, when Magnus joined us at the first time he was sitting down with us, he said somewhere around 100 over.
Yeah.
I'm still going for a little bit higher. I think it's going to be at least 115 over.
To make the cut.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. I think so because it's still a lot of squads to go. It's a lot of good bowlers.
Yeah, they're learning. Yeah.
Everybody who's bowling now, at least they should have a better idea on what to do and what not to do.
Yep.
And of course, there is the possibility that since everybody is going to use more or less the same area, it's going to burn a little bit quicker. But on the other hand, we've seen people doing different things. Like we saw Ethan Fury yesterday and on his 3rd attempt, bowling parallel on the second arrow with a urethane ball. And if more people starts to do a little bit more of that on the beginning, maybe they're gonna leave a little bit of extra room for the middle games and the last of the squad.
That is one of the strategy, like the thing that you don't really get in other tournaments, since you end up on the same pair that you start on. Like you can make a strategy during like warm up and during the first game.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's one of the things we were talking already on day 2. This is not one of those events where you want to waste your warm-up drying the outside of your spot. You really don't want to take any oil away from it.
No.
On the other hand, maybe you want to grab your spare ball and move a lot deeper from when you're standing. So when you come back 5 games later, everybody has been bowling.
Yep.
So obviously the line you're going to use is going to be quite deeper than you did on game 1. So you probably grab your spare ball and try to push the oil down.
Yep.
So you create some hold on the inside.
Yep. I think that's a good strategy. I've seen more and more bowler uses as well. So
if I had to bowl, that would be definitely the way I would try to prepare that pair for myself. And it makes sense because, as we said, even if you struggle during the rest of the squad, 6th game is a turbo game.
Yep.
So if you manage to leave some room over there or create a big hold on the left side or the inside if you're a lefty,
Yep.
that would pay out pretty well on the very last game.
Yep.
Okay, we have more people talking.
We actually missed Nora. Nora actually went split. Still 28 over though, but yeah, that was a big frame.
Not a good one on the 10th frame. So we have Jimmy Bones, the 3rd, says, "Call me surprised that Keiko's pair is the last one on every game."
I don't think I can comment on this officially. Sorry.
Well, we can admit that Thomas has a very particular approach as well. It takes it a little bit slower than some of especially if you compare to the younger ones. The new generation, they don't take much time. They just grab the ball and go.
Yeah.
But we always had bowlers that took a little bit longer, and it's the way it is. As long as they don't take too long and they don't really overdo, it's fine.
Yeah, there's rules to follow and stuff. Yeah. Yep.
So we are about to get our scorings refreshed pretty soon. So we're going to give you an update on how is the ranking for this squad after 5 games. We are already on game 6. The squad is about to end pretty soon. Now it's about to see how many manage to stay a little bit higher than 100 over, and we have to see.
Yeah, we have 2 people going into the last game that is over 100 over, right? We have Tommaso and we have Juho.
Yes, we have Tommaso from Italy, 11 and 32 after a game of 200 on game 5. Then we have Juho Woppola from Finland, 11.02. Then we see Ryan Barnes, who just had a very high game, 267. He jumped all the way up to 3rd spot with 1,052. Then we have Carl Walgren. He actually was behind Nora until the last frame, but that 10th frame made a big change between Carl and Nora. Carl all of a sudden shot 236, so he's 44 over. Then we have Pepe and Nora, the 2 girls,
Chasing
pretty
each other.
tight, yeah, chasing each other. Pepe is currently with 1,043, Nora 1,028. Both of them, by shooting 200, just square 200, they would overcome the score that it's currently the leading on the gate weight for the women division. She's actually, Nora's got 12.27, and the other local bowler, Emma Haltunen, she also has 12.27. So it's going to be interesting to follow their action on this last game. Pepe was definitely bowling quite deep inside, and we can see Nora also in front of the ball return. They are bowling side by side. Nora is on 11 and 12, and Pepe is on 13 and 14. So they are going to be chasing each other even more.
Nora starting with a split.
Now let me find Tommaso. Tommaso is the Italian guy who's leading the
Squad.
11.32.
He's on 5 and 6, right? Tommaso
Yeah, Tommaso Radi, 5 and 6. Strike, spare, 9 miss, strike, spare. Well, you definitely don't want to take mistakes like that when you're more or less in the cut. And especially if you want to try to make a little bit of a higher game and try to secure your spot on the step 2 of the final.
Yeah, you want to buy her.
So let's see what he manages to do on the second half of the game. Juho is 102 over, and Juho is now bowling on lanes 7 and 8. 9 spare 9. He's got the 4-pin. Should be an easy spare.
Yep. So we have the guys close together who has 100 over and 132 over. That's good.
Yeah, so the action we want to follow at the moment, it's Tommaso and Juho, who are the top 2 scorers on this moment. They are on lanes 5, 6, 7, 8. And the other piece of action we really want to see. Oh, I don't know what happened to Pepe. She's got a gutter on spare strike, gutter, and she's bowling really deep inside. I wonder if she missed in. Was she flying the left gutter? What was it?
We need a new feature. We need replay cam.
4-pin.
No.
That could be expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, Pepe on 13 and 14, Nora and 11 and 12. They're both fighting to become the 2 girls leaders. They have the score at the moment, but it's this last half game to go to see what really happens by the end. Then everyone else is a little bit lower. It's not looking like they're gonna have enough to make it on the overall.
No, and I think like Ryan, who is 3rd, like even if he shoots 300, he still has a higher score than this, right? Yeah, I think he has 1370 or something.
Yeah, so we're gonna see if anybody starts striking a lot and try to do the turbo, which it doesn't look. I don't see anybody going for the 280.
No.
Maybe Adam Anderson is the only one started with the front 2 on 7 and 8.
Yeah, that's a long way to go, but yeah.
But
yeah.
it's absolutely. So again, if I look at the ranks, we see a little bit of what we have been seeing those last couple of days. You see games of 220, followed by games of 150, games of 240, followed by games of 170,
Yep.
and all the way around bowling 150, and then all of a sudden 220, 240. So it proves what we have been explaining during the week. It's a lot of traffic on the lanes, a lot of people approaching in different manners, and when you change into the next pair, it's a little bit of let's see what am I gonna find now. Let's see what they did with this pair before I got there,
Yep.
and it's not always easy to overcome whatever you find on that traffic.
No. And I can obviously only like speak for myself and my own bowling, but I feel like you have to have higher speed most of the time, and
Mhm.
having higher speed without grabbing the ball is kind of hard. It's one of the hardest things in bowling.
Uh,
So even if you get the speed up, but if you grab it, you're like it's gone.
I
It's gonna
think it's
hook so early. So
especially difficult for two-handers.
yeah,
I mean, one-handers, especially back in the day, old school, we had a few tricks we could pull off our head. For example, you could put an extra tape on the thumb, so you make sure the thumb gets a little bit sticky, and all of a sudden you get a lot less
yep,
rep rate.
yep,
Another thing that's very easy to do is just weaken up your wrist and not try to be under the ball, but just be on the top of the ball.
yep,
As when you have the thumb inside, it's very easy to do that. Um, you can also spin the ball a lot more. Just make sure it slides on the lane and goes a lot longer. So it's quite a few tricks that we could do as one-handed. Another thing you could do is move your approach a little bit backwards and create a higher swing to get a bit more of speed. And all of those one-handed tricks, I'm not so sure it's so easy to do them as a two-hander. They have other tools, they ball backup and stuff like that. But it looks a little bit like the battle of modern bowling and old school
kind of, yeah.
on this particular event.
Yeah, but even as a one-hander, like the thing that we've been doing a lot of, like especially in Europe and Sweden, like with the urethane and stuff, is
Oh
you
yeah,
just grab it, like
grab it and grab it
grab
and
it and
grab it.
grab it. So yeah, you're not really used to like being nice to the ball. But I feel like when you watch like Barnes, Ryan Barnes,
Hmm.
he's one of the two-handers that he's very like he's very versatile. Like he actually when he comes here, he's very nice to the ball, even though he's a two-hander, which is
Yeah,
nice to see that people like, yeah, they're learning as well.
when he did his highest score, that was I was asking him on the interview, what did you change? What did you manage to do better? And he exactly said that I was a lot weaker on my
Yeah,
wrist. I
yep,
tried to produce a little bit
yep,
less of a rep rate. But again, with Ryan, we could expect that. I mean, both his parents are super
yep,
talented bowlers,
yep,
super successful
yep,
bowlers, and they know the game a lot. So even if he started bowling two-hander, um, I'm pretty sure Chris was giving the right advice
yep.
most of the time.
I actually had the privilege to talk a little bit to Chris when we went to the States in the spring, and he was talking about Ryan a lot, and that was one of the things he said. Like Ryan had to learn. Like the only thing he could do was a lot of speed and grabbing it, but
Mm.
when you come out on tour and stuff, you have to learn different stuff, and that was one of the things he learned. Going
They
slower and then also not grabbing it as much.
they have quite a funny YouTube channel where they do some ball reviews and stuff like that. And that was one of the days I was watching one of their reviews just to see one of the new balls that had not arrived yet to Spain. So I said to myself, I trust Chris, so I'm gonna see his channel, see what he says
Yep.
about it. Stuart Williams also on that channel, so it's another guy I really trust.
Yep.
And it was one of the videos. It was Chris and Ryan. They were both bowling together, and for some reason there was I don't remember exactly how it went, but it was some situation on the lanes that it required kind of old school decisions, and Ryan was doing a very different approach, and Chris was having a lot of fun. And I remember sitting back in my sofa when I was watching on the laptop, and I was talking to Ryan on my head like, you should do this and that and that. And as soon as Ryan takes his shot, his father said exactly what I was thinking. And then is when I said to myself, oh, man, I'm becoming old also.
Yep.
I'm very old school, not
Yep.
anymore modern bowling. Jimmy Bones says over here, Barnes is good at that. It seems he's just that up the back. It looks like anyway. Oh, he really is talented. He really can do a lot of things with bowling in his hand. So
Definitely. So how's it coming for Tommaso? He's whoa, another 9 miss on 5 and 6. But now he has a Oh yes, 3, 6, 9, 10. Okay, he kind of needs to make this, I
No,
think.
but he put himself into trouble, that's for
Yeah.
sure, because even if he spares, he needs a double to make 180. 36, 56. Yeah, if he spares and triples, it's going to be 186, but
See.
doesn't look very good.
Oh, that's a spare. That's a
That was
lucky one.
quite a lucky spare, definitely.
So with yeah, it's gonna be.
If he doesn't double, it's going to be 108 over, and
Yep.
I don't think that's going to be enough
Yep.
for. No, I still believe it's going to be a little bit higher,
Yep.
115, 120.
Well, if he makes a spare, at least they have a chance. And I think if he doubles, it should be good.
And he was competing against Yuhu.
Yeah, who is?
Yuhu
Yeah.
is also with a couple of
Oh,
open frames at the moment. Not. I wonder, is it pressure? Is it that you see yourself up there and the lane is not that easy and you become a little bit tense because you don't want to make any mistakes? And so many bowlers have been sitting right by my side where you're sitting now, and all of them got to the same conclusion. When you see it's not working, you cannot make small adjustments. It does
no,
not work in this pattern. You need
no.
to go big.
Yep, I think so as well. That was one of the things I did my first two squads. Is I didn't see my ball going through the pins, so I'm like, I'm just gonna slow down a tiny bit, and then like it overhooked by a mile.
Hmm.
So like the small adjustments, no, like you have to go big for sure.
Now, if we go back to the girls' fight, how is it going? The Nora against
One.
Pippi. Pippi is on a pace of 185. She's got not the easiest pair on this kind of
No,
conditions.
no,
The
that's
2-8 is not the very
yep.
easiest pair when the lanes are very tough and you have very little room. So it's not an easy spare. And then on the other side, Nora, it's with one open frame after 4.
Yep.
She's gonna bowl on 12.
I think Nora needs she needs a couple of strikes to make up ground now. She's gonna make it. Come on, take it. Oh, yeah,
She got the 10 pin now. That's
yeah.
good. Now let's see if Pepe manages to spare. Not many times you see the 2-8 spare that far left, right?
No. Ah, she makes it.
She
Nice.
made it
Well done.
perfectly. Yeah, very, very well done.
Tommaso is also coming up now on lane 5. Big shot here.
A very important shot for him.
Yeah.
He needs to make sure he tries to double so he can put his score a little bit higher, leave it on 118 over, which could be very, very tight to the right ones.
Oh
No,
no, that's
no,
a
no,
split.
no, no,
That's
no, no.
force. Oh,
That is really gonna get him
46-7.
out of the final. That is really a low game for him. It's gonna be a 160 game. He's gonna drop down to 1290.
If he takes out 2, that's 87. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah,
That is quite a drop.
yeah, that's
Definitely,
unfortunate.
that's quite a drop. Uh,
We might not have anyone making 1300 this squad then.
no, no, because the people who was doing pretty good, they dropped down quite drastically.
Yeah.
Uh, the one who's striking a lot now is Juhani Tonteri on 13 and 14.
Yeah.
But Juhani has been a little bit.
He can only strike out for 40 over, I think.
Yeah, he has
My math is
been
not.
going up and down. He had
Yeah.
some high but some low games as well.
I haven't seen him before, so I don't know if this is his first squad. But yeah.
I couldn't really tell you.
No.
I've seen too many bowlers to remember everyone who's
Yeah,
bowled
of
already.
course.
Some I
Of course.
remember because they bowled so many squads that it's impossible to forget that they bowled
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Like Nora and Carl Eklund and a few
Yeah.
more. They bowled so many squads that you're sure you've seen them there.
Yep.
You kind of feel sorry because you've been seeing or watch them struggle for so many
Yeah.
squads.
You have
So
that energy when you're young, right? So.
Tommaso dropped down to 1294. Ah.
Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. Yeah, 94.
Mm,
That's the way it counts. Okay.
I don't think that's going to be enough for the final cut. You never know because maybe everybody
No.
starts dropping like it happened on this squad,
Yep.
and then the cut ends up going even lower than our
Yep.
predictions at the moment. But I think that's going to be a little bit short.
Well, I don't think he's happy. That's for sure. I don't think.
No, 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 definitely. Especially with the two single pins. 9-0, 9-0. I mean, you take those pairs, it's 21 pins more.
Peppy. Ooh, okay, she only leaves the one pin. Okay, that's a special one. If she makes this, she has 28, so that puts her one pin ahead of.
One pin ahead of
yeah.
Emma Haltunen
And Nora as well.
and Nora's score until this
Yep.
game, because Nora, she's just made a double.
Yep.
She's still alive. She's 28 over after 5.
Yep. So she's basically in the same ballpark. Yep.
5 frames to go for her. And now I'm wondering who's going to be the leader of the squad. Is it going to be Tommaso, which is not going to be very happy to get an interview after this
she
last
made
game?
it. Peppy made it, so 28.
28 over for
That's
Peppy.
a big spare.
That's the new top score in the girls division at the moment.
Yep.
And now everything is in the hands of Juho with 3 open frames. But if he strikes out, he's going to make 203. That would mean a 1305 total score.
Yep. He's the only one, right? Who can make
He's
it
the
now?
only one who can reach 1300. I still believe 1305 is not going to be enough. But better that than nothing. So try to strike out, try to secure as many pins as you can.
He struck again. So that's a triple. Nice. Niwa needs to stay clean now, and I think she should be ahead.
Yeah, she's above par at the moment. She only had 1 open frame. She's 3 in a row.
Yep.
As soon as Nora is done one way or the other, we will quit for a few minutes with our comments. We will carry on the next squad, which is going to be at 1 o'clock.
Yep.
This one was quite fast, 2.5 hours, a little bit more, but below the 3 hours, so that's a good rhythm of bowling.
Yep.
I wish we would learn that in Spain. It takes forever to bowl.
Yeah, I think most people would like it to go a bit faster.
Some people was complaining about Thomas Kaiko is a little bit slow. Let me tell you, Thomas Kaiko, if he bowled in Spain, he would be a fast one. Now you're gonna ask me, why do they think so much? I don't know.
Yep.
Especially when they think so much and they never hit the pocket. It's like, what were you thinking?
I think for me, like when it comes to systems and stuff, like the double jump system they use on PBA, that's perfect because then it's, when it's your turn to bowl, everybody looks at you if you don't bowl. They're like, it's your turn, go ahead.
Yeah, so, go ahead, carry on.
It's just a system that works, in my opinion.
So. Don't break the rhythm.
No.
Okay, not many high games, definitely.
No.
The highest one we have seen on so far, it's Juhani Tontari with 259, not enough for the turbo.
No.
And it has been, again, one of those days that after 3 games, it looks like 3 or 4 people can shoot like 120 over or a little bit more.
Yeah, but then it kind of goes away.
But then the transition knocks on the door and, hello, here I am. I'm going to make your life harder. I'm going to make your life very difficult. I'm going to disappoint you. And here we go again.
Yeah, same thing if you watch like Carl, obviously also from Yata. He shoots 236, he swaps pairs, and now he's shooting 160, 170 last game. So yeah, transition for sure.
And a very different traffic on every pair. It's it's killing everybody. It makes it very hard. Even if you try to do some proper strategy during the warm-up. I mean, when you come back to that pair, it's 5 games later, and since the lanes are breaking up quite quickly, there may remain nothing at all for you to survive on.
That's a 9 count. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good 9 for Nora.
Yep. And I think for this center as well, because we play matches here, we always play on 13 to 20. And usually, like, the other side of the bowling alley is only for, like, when people come here.
Recreational.
Exactly. So I think that's also going to make a big difference. And Lucky Larsen is the only tournament that we have that,
Usually bowls all the bowling center, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna make a quick reminder of some of the scores that we had to pay attention to. It was Peppi Consteri. She managed to shoot 1228.
Yep.
Games of 278, 168, 194, 222, 181, 185. So she survived a little bit, not the best, not as good as she probably wanted to go on the last couple of games.
Yep.
But
She's gonna be in the gateway regardless. Even if Nora
exactly.
beats her, she's gonna be the
So
second one.
12:28, at least for the moment, it's going to put her into the final as a
Yep.
actually current leader on the girls division until Nora ends her game. She's got 2 frames to go.
Yep.
But Nora also has the chance to strike out and to do a 226 game. That would really become a jump for 1250. Let's see what she can do on frame number 9.
Go through. Yes.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
oh,
Oh,
okay. That
okay.
was unbelievable.
I don't even know what pin that was.
I think it was the 9
Oh, okay.
started to move a little
Oh,
bit forward. It was like one of those spinning 9s move
Yeah.
forward.
Yep.
That would have been quite shocking.
Yeah, and then that's not what you need when you need a strike.
And that was a very important strike
Yep.
on the 9th frame, not only to secure another mark, but to open up the chance to score even higher on this last game.
Yep.
And
Yeah, well, you never know. Like a lot of like you said before, Daniel is coming, and obviously I think like Emma and those girls are gonna play again. So yes, you need as many pins as you
as
can
many
get.
as you can put in the pocket is makes your life a little bit safer. Still a lot of action to go. 3 more squats today, 4 more squats tomorrow. A lot of bowling, a lot of games, a lot of entries,
Yep.
and a lot of talented bowlers.
And then we have the big day on Sunday as well. Big day. It's gonna be fun.
So we're gonna wait for Nora to finish her game. Actually, Carl and Nora are a little bit slower this time. They're gonna be the last ones on the alley. So it wasn't Thomas this time being on
No.
the last spot.
Usually, the talk on the town is also that Carl is not the quickest one, but you know, I've been bowling with him for like 10 years. I don't think he's that slow actually. It's not that bad. Is that a? Did Emmanuel just do a 4-5-7? No, it's 4-7-9.
Sometimes it's hard to see on the
Yeah,
screen.
it's a bit far away.
A little bit far, and especially if the pins move a little bit, then it's very difficult to say is that one or is the other one.
Yep. All right, big one coming up, Nora.
Okay, Nora, lane 11. Important frame.
Oh, tight. Oh, get it. All right, decent shot. She needs to make this.
She's really bowling straight now into the pocket, trying to stay away from any trouble. And I think it's pretty smart to do that because she's got okay score already. She had 28 over.
Yep.
That
Spare strike makes her
that should be a very easy spare.
34
34 over.
if
So
she spares and strikes. Yeah.
So both her and Pepe would overcome the scores that we had on the girls division. It was 27 over for Nora and Emma Haltunen.
She makes the spare.
She
Nice.
gets the spur, so
Well done.
she is already on 24 over, plus as many as she take on this 12 frame.
Yep. No foul, and she should be good to overtake Pepe again.
Okay, there she goes. She moved a little bit deeper,
Oh,
and
that's a
she
strike.
trips the 4. So 12:34 for Nora.
Yep.
It's going to be the new leader on the
Well
girls
done.
division. That's pretty good news for her.
Yep.
It's not easy. It's very tricky. So it's a very, very good score for her.
Yep.
And for us, that's going to be all until 1 o'clock. Next squad comes to start. Yeah, 1 o'clock. So we will be back with some more commentary right at the beginning, some point.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Robin, for
Thank you for
your
having
time
me.
in here.
It was a blast.
It was fun. It was pleasuring, and I'll see you around.
Yep. See ya.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.